When you wake up in the morning, it's 1:45, and you want to have a little fun. You brush your teeth.
That kid wakes up way too early. Welcome to Talking Practice. My name's John Hamill. You know what we're doing today. We're up to 1987, second grade, Mrs. O'Connor's class. Today's interview, I'm going to be talking to Elizabeth LaMorte. Now, like most of the people I've been interviewing for this thing, I haven't seen Liz in years. Some people I still haven't seen. Shade. So Liz I haven't seen since the last day of 8th grade. To give you some perspective, that's the same amount of time as in between Pennywise attacks. Found out some things I didn't know until a week before recording. I think a better time to know would have been when this guy was this guy. That's just me. Anyway, enjoy Toothbrush Head. So this is Liz LaMorte. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
It's great to have you. So what do you do now? Like, tell me about yourself first, and then we'll get into second grade.
Okay. So I live in Plymouth, Massachusetts with my husband, Steve, and my two kids who are 3 and 6 years old. 3-year-old is Ruby and the 6-year-old is Henry. And since COVID has started, I've been home with the kids pretty much full time doing the homeschool thing. But before that, I'm a nurse. I'm a psychiatric nurse, but I just haven't been working for the past few months.
And that's cool because I did not know that. I'm going to take advantage of that, just so you know.
No problem.
Yeah.
Take advantage.
Okay, so let's get into this. The last time we talked, or the first time really, that was in a while, we had another one of these things, and there was some other people involved, right?
Right.
So you had said that your first memory of me was intentionally annoying me. And then there was some ocean noises, and I didn't get to hear the rest of that. But I'm like, joke's on you, I was into it. Hold on a second. Why were you doing that?
It's funny because I have to say, like, one of my lifelong embarrassments is the way I acted around you in second grade. I don't know. I mean, I really did not play it cool at all, but I'm glad that it had some positive effect on you, which I don't know what that says about you either. But
just so we're all clear, unless you count Maria from Sesame Street, you were my first crush.
I just had to take a minute to process Maria on Sesame Street. Okay.
I don't think I'm alone on that, really. I think that was...
It goes back to the whole, like, cougar theme, so I guess maybe it fits in, you know?
Yeah. No, man, I remember seeing you, like, the first time, and I turned into, like, Owen Wilson. I was like, wow, look at her, wow. You know, it's just... You were cute. You were very cute.
Oh, man.
And it had an effect. And I feel like you actually instigated the whole thing.
Oh, I definitely think I did. Okay, yeah. So, I mean, I feel like there was nothing on your end. Like, I feel like it was 100% me. And I was just like, I like that guy, and I'm going to use all my powers to get him. And my powers happened to be calling you Toothbrush Head, which in my head at the time, I was like, that's going to work. But, you know, like, every guy wants to be called Toothbrush Head.
Did I look like a toothbrush? I mean, what did that mean?
I mean, honestly, I don't remember coming up with it. I don't remember thinking, like, okay, you know, find something positive about his appearance and compliment him on it. Oh, his head looks like a toothbrush.
Nice.
No, I mean, I don't think you actually looked like a toothbrush, but I just remember thinking that was a really good line. And I also remember, like, inside, like, I had this, like, little voice in my head that was like, you need to, like, stop. You are so annoying.
Stop it. Get some help.
But just being able to, like, not, like, I just couldn't. I was just, like, overwhelmed with it. So I just would literally, like, chase you across the field. I mean, I remember getting out of those. Remember the doors that we came out of for second grade?
Yep.
They, like, went out onto the playground. And I mean, I remember, like, the doors opening and me just being like, all right, and, like, chasing you across the baseball field down the path. Like, yelling, like, get back here, Toothbrush Head, and you just really looking kind of terrified.
No, it totally worked. I just didn't know what to do after that.
I also remember your mom, like, waiting for you at the end of the path, and I kind of remember her, like,
No, she
I mean,
knew.
maybe she thought it was funny, but also being like, all right, John, we're going this way. Okay, say goodbye to her. She goes the other way. Like that girl's
My mom,
crazy.
She's like, I think that little blonde girl likes you. And I'm like, no. Yeah.
Oh, my God.
But
That's really, I mean, it's really embarrassing. But so, and then I told you that I always kind of like kept it inside, like all through Nash, that I was like, I was really uncool in second grade, how I called John Toothbrush Head. So I would tell other people, I'd be like, you know what I did? I called John Toothbrush Head like an entire year. And everyone thought it was like really funny. And I can't believe that no one ever just started calling you Toothbrush Head, So that's kind of amazing. Like, it could have been your name all through high school, really.
Wow. That's good that did not happen, actually. I've been called worse.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind that. But, so...
It's not too late. We can start it.
Now you're back. Look, I don't think I need to say this, but Liz wanted me to clarify. So when the video cut out, there's a little bit of an audio lag. So when I said, I've been called worse, and she says, yeah, I know. The yeah, I know was to the thing I said before that, just so we're all clear on that. I already knew that because she wasn't even there for high school. We're going to be talking about that later on. Also, I was given a nickname in high school, and I think I'll be talking to that person because there's going to be a reckoning. Yeah. So, make sure you find a way to watch both of those episodes. However you want to do that, is fine. Also, since all of this happened before the recording, you did not get a reaction. Now I can only speak for me, but can I just say, what the fuck?
Are we back to normal now?
I feel we switched sides, but yeah, I think we're better. I just remember lunch, and the more I think about this, I'm like, how did we not get this? Because I remembered lunch. It was you and me and Sean Kittredge and a couple other people, and my goal was to make you laugh all the time, and it totally worked because we just had so much fun at lunch for 2 strikes, and then I was like, cool it, because I'm not going up on the auditorium thing there.
Okay, so I think you should explain the whole lunchroom thing, because I've told a lot of people throughout my life about our lunchroom situation, and no one has ever had the same experience as us. So I think go into Miss Levangie a little bit there, because I just, now that I look back at it, I'm like, that was kind of weird.
So we had a cafegimatorium. It was a cafeteria, gym, auditorium combo, and we would all sit at. Before I go back into this, did we pick our seats, or were they assigned?
No, they were assigned.
All right, well, good on them for putting us together. But, so we were not allowed to talk at lunch. We had to eat and, make moist chewing noises with our mouths, and that's it. That's all you'd hear. But everyone obviously would talk, and Miss Levangie had her little, notepad saying, that's a check, and you'd get a check if you talked. And if you got 3 checks, you would have to go up on the stage and just sit. I don't know. I didn't do it. No,
I did. I got put on the stage once. I'm surprised that you didn't get put on the stage.
No, man, I'm a good kid.
I guess, like I said, I couldn't control myself, so I guess that's part of the problem.
The worst thing I've ever done is I downloaded a bunch of music off of LimeWire in the 2000s.
Oh,
and I feel like the FBI is outside. We got him, boys. Come in. That's it. But that's it. I'm like, I got 2 strikes, and I'm like, I'll talk to you Monday.
Yeah, that's it. I'm done. Right. Oh, I remember the tap on the shoulder was the 3rd strike, and I got tapped, and I was like, oh, crap. And then as soon as I got in trouble, I was 100% in terror. And yeah, I remember just sitting on the stage and eating my lunch, looking at everyone else while they looked at me, which was embarrassing, but really not the worst case scenario. But her reasoning, too, for no one being allowed to talk is that she needed to be able to hear if somebody was choking. So she would...
Okay. Sure, lady.
That's a good reason, but I don't buy it 100%.
All right. I guess we'll talk about, the rest of... check this out. I won this little plastic award for writing. I won this... We had, a contest, and I wrote this story about my grandmother's pool. And I got to go to I think it was the Holiday Inn in Braintree, and it was just a bunch of kids that won this award.
In 2nd grade, you got to do this?
Yep. Huh. For the longest time, this thing had a little plaque on it that said 1987 Young Writers, and then it just fell off because it's plastic. But that was kind of cool.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Did you win that award in the 3rd grade too? because I won an award like that in the 3rd grade, and I kind of think you were on the bus with me going to the thing. But we can talk about that later.
Maybe?
Oh, whoopsie.
Yeah. Well, do you still have the story that you wrote?
I remember it, and I will not repeat it because it's stupid. It's like, your writing is terrible. What's going on when you're 7? Come on. Do better. But also there was pictures on it with it. And
that you illustrated yourself.
yeah,
right?
and like the teachers were always kind of impressed that like I could draw noses and ears because no one was doing that in like kindergarten. It was avant-garde. It was like,
So weird. Now that you say that, I vaguely remember if someone needed a nose, like sometimes they'd be like, ask John to do it.
You want a toe? I can get you a toe.
That's so weird. I remember that.
you know, a smiley face. People don't draw the whole
Yeah.
face.
You got the whole detail in there.
Right. I'm like, people got ears and stuff, man. What are you doing?
Well, yeah, I mean, I remember art was kind of one of your things, though. Like, everyone knew you were good at art. So, yeah, sometimes
Not
people...
to jump ahead too far, but we were talking about the 6th grade yearbook where they had like the superlatives or whatever. And it's like John leaves drawing. I'm like, I'm a complicated person. I have other things that I do. They're like, that guy draws.
I don't know what I got. For some reason, I'm missing that page in my yearbook.
For some reason.
Right, well,
Okay,
that's what makes me...
okay.
Did I tear it out? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So yeah, Miss O'Connor. My mom told me that my grandmother knew her. They were friends. And I'm like, can you elaborate? She's like, nah, they were just friends. I'm like, okay, well, that's a tidbit, I guess. But they were older.
I mean, I have some kind of strange memories of 2nd grade. And for the most part, I remember liking 2nd grade. But I also remember, like, she was very, very strict about strange things.
Yeah, she
And
could.
one of her main rules was no rolling your pencil in class. Do you remember that?
That's so specific. Yes.
First day of school, she was like, I do not tolerate people who roll pencils. You do it, you're in trouble. The second thing was a messy desk. She didn't tolerate that.
Yeah.
So the messy desk thing I was okay with. Like, I think I kept it pretty clean. But I remember one day my pencil fell out of that like little like pencil well at the top of the desk and it rolled towards me. So I stopped it and she came up and she put her hand on top of mine and she was like, we don't do that in this classroom. And I had to stay after school for 45 minutes. And I remember, like, even now, I'm like, that was pretty harsh punishment,
Yeah. But I remember being nice mostly, but then she could get angry at certain people.
It could turn real quick.
Right. But she did have the Mayflower thing, which in kindergarten and 1st grade, it was like a mystery that every May 1st, someone would leave like paper mache flowers or whatever they were, some kind of like that tissue paper. Like they made tissue paper flowers.
Yeah.
And we're like, who is doing that? It was us. It was the 2nd grade. So like the school went from kindergarten to 6th grade. So from 3rd on, like everybody knew who it was. It wasn't a secret anymore, but they were like, oh man, they'll never find out.
Can I ask you something, though? Because I remember in kindergarten, 1st grade, I was like, who is leaving these flowers?
Right.
Like, I can't, what is going on? But then we did it, and I have absolutely no memory of those flowers any other year. Like, it was like I figured,
Did they stop, right?
Did they stop, or did I just not care? I don't know.
No, I think they kept going. But I feel like once you know about it, you're like, eh.
Yeah, like, it's not that cool. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I do remember thinking that was like, I couldn't wait.
Right. They should have waited till 6th grade to do those because it just ruined
It did.
the
It
whole
was
rest
like,
of the year. It's like, oh.
climactic. Yeah, totally. I know. Definitely. Another thing that was a major bummer for me, which I know you're just about to talk about, is the Chinese New Year celebration.
Right.
I remember, I think we made like a dragon, like a paper. It was like made out of paper.
We made it and we were inside of it.
But for some reason, I didn't get to go under the dragon. Like, I had to stand next to the dragon. And, like, I don't know why, but she was like, no, you stand over here. And she was like, you can have this firecracker. And she told me that she made me a firecracker. Do you remember these? They were made out of paper.
Yeah. Well, it's because you
So
rolled
I
the
was
pencils.
like, that's cool. I'll, like, play with the firecracker. But then it turned out it was just a piece of paper that didn't make any noise. And I just have this like memory of being like, okay, so I had to stand next to the paper dragon with this paper firecracker, and it wasn't as cool as I wanted it to be.
Did you think she was going to give a 7-year-old a firecracker, like an actual firecracker?
No, I did. In my head, I was like, I'm going to like really blow this place apart. So that was disappointing too.
I don't know why she was like really into China or like Chinatown.
Yeah.
Because she talked about it a lot, and then that's why we did the whole thing.
But then the weird thing is we took a field trip into Boston, but I don't think we went to Chinatown, right?
No, I never.
So,
I went there like as an adult. I never went there as a kid.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I do remember whenever we went on field trips, her big thing was lining everybody up by height, like, the smallest in the front, tallest in the back. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I was always in the back.
I was always in the front. See, I was always the first kid, and then I think you were the last kid.
Yeah,
but I wonder why, she was like adamant, like, you two switched places, it was very, like, everyone had to be exactly in order.
So, field trips. I was going to ask Brian this, but he was not. You're the first recording, by the way, because he just kept pushing it back, which is cool. But, like, I'm going to say this to him, too. He was only in kindergarten with me, and that kind of blew my mind because, like, I thought I had him in other classes because I remember seeing him all the time.
He was in 6th grade though, right?
No. I'm gonna have him for part of that, but yeah, he wasn't in our class the entire time. So I'm wondering, like, for field trips and stuff, was that like the entire grade together?
I think so, yeah.
Because
I
like,
think
there's some people, I'm looking back and I'm like, they were not in my class, but like I definitely remember them. So I think there's some things where like the whole grade were together.
I think because like they had to rent a whole bus, so they were like, we might as well put both classes on it. Yeah, I think both classes went together on field trips.
Were together, field day, and how we had 2 gyms. One gym class was with a gym teacher, and the other was with your homeroom class or whatever. Was the one with the gym teacher? Did they have both together?
No,
that was okay.
Yeah, that was just us. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I just
everything
feel like
else I think was separate, but yeah, except for like lunch and field trips and field day, as I remember it. Yeah.
Jen.
But sometimes we had special occasions where like the other class would come in and we'd watch like a TV show with both classes together. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's why I'm remembering people that.
Yeah.
I'm like a visual memory. So like I have like a visual memory. Like I've got the picture here, so I'm looking, and I look through these things, and I'm like, where's whoever? They're not in this picture. I remember them, but it must have been like coming from another class or something.
Yeah.
And your memory. Jen lived next door to me for like over 18 years. I saw her every single day. I saw her in the summer. I'm like, we must have been in every class together. Nope, 1st and 6th, that was it. And I'm like, what? My life is a lie. Because
and also,
remember it.
Don't forget, recess. You saw people every day at recess, so that might have been part of it too.
It could have been, yeah. So the Chinese thing, because there were some things that you thought you should be embarrassed about, and I'm like, no, don't be embarrassed about that. But here's something that you probably should be embarrassed about, because our parents went to that. Do you remember that the parents came? I don't know if it was to pick us up maybe at the end because it was a little bit after school or something, but I just remember my mom being there.
Okay, I don't remember that, but
and
okay.
You were there, and I'm like, I'm going to show my mom this girl, right? And you had like Chinese food all over your face. And I'm like, no, clean yourself.
Oh my God, no.
Yeah, so.
Did that make you change your mind? Or you like,
no.
Maybe she's not that cool?
No, man, that did not do anything to me. But don't worry about toothbrush head, but worry about wiping your face off a little bit. Okay.
You're gonna come up with your own name. Oh my God, that's really funny.
But yeah.
Oh man.
What do we got?
That's good.
So do you have anything? Cause I think my well is dry in terms of like what I can remember. So do you have anything else about 2nd grade?
2nd grade, no. I mean, my memory of 2nd grade isn't that good. I mean, it's kind of like those main things that stand out. And then like little insignificant things that stand out to me is like, for some reason, I remember like Mrs. O'Connor changing her shoes every morning when she came in. So like, I kind of thought she was like Mr. Rogers, Did she, or did she always wear sneakers? I think
Crap.
she changed them.
I just remember because we just talked about it, but not in the recording. When I stuck my feet out, because I'm like, even as a kid, I was tall. So I would, if I put my feet under the desk like everyone else, it would like raise up, with my knees. So I would just stretch them out.
From there down, you just too much feet. Your feet's too big.
And she tripped over my legs and just face plants. And she was down for a little bit. And I'm like, I just killed the teacher. And I thought she was going to fail. Like, I knew that she was going to get up. I thought she was fine. But she's going to give me like a bad grade. Like, that was what I was worried about, was getting like a D because I tripped her. But
yeah, I mean, I remember like that happening. And she like went flying. And everyone was like, but I honestly didn't remember it was you that tripped her. So that's even even better now. And I do remember though at one point she had a cast or something, but I don't think it was because of you, right?
No,
it was
she was on the ground for like 15 seconds, but she got up. She was fine.
That would have been much worse. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh, I do want to tell you this though, because I know I've told you a bunch of stories about how I've tried throughout my life to get into like school plays and stuff like that, and I've always failed. In second grade, I had a major role in the Christmas play. There was like kids singing, and then I think there were 8 kids that got selected to like dress up as animals and sit on the front of the stage, and I got selected as a mouse. So I thought that was like really big time, and I felt pretty good about myself, except that my costume was to wear white tights, a white tank top, and then somebody made me like a mouse headset. And I guess my mom just like sent me to school and didn't say like, hey, make sure you don't wear like colorful underwear. But I wore this like bright red underwear under my white tights, and everybody laughed. Maybe that's why I never got another role in a school play.
Yeah, they're like, you're through in this town. That's what.
That's it. She's a disgrace.
My favorite thing that I got to do was I would hit that little block, the wooden block. I'm like, that was my thing. I'm like,
what, in music class?
No, like in most of the plays, there'd be like, the kids have to sing some dumb song, and I get the block and I'd hit it with the whatever the thing is, and I'm like, yes.
Yeah, I never got that. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so that was.
Well, that's cool. I mean, that's good.
If you could keep time, which I don't think I could, it would have been good. But like, yeah. So before I go, this is what I'm thinking, and you can disagree. I'll just edit it out. That's fine. But we obviously liked each other in second grade. We had all kinds of fun together. As much as anyone can say in second grade, like, I know it's kind of like fudging your resume, but I feel like retroactively, you were my girlfriend, right?
Sure, yeah. I mean yeah.
Don't say it to me. Say it to Toothbrush Head.
Toothbrush Head. You were my boyfriend in second grade.
Awesome.
You were my first boyfriend, Toothbrush Head. Yeah.
Did it, little guy.
Retroactively. It was kind of a dysfunctional relationship, though.
I mean, what else is there to do when you're 7? I'm like, you like jazz? Like, what are you gonna do? That's it. We ran the diamond. Yeah. Just didn't say it. But there you go.
I guess. All right. I'll agree to that.
Nice. All right. But that kid is so happy right now. I will see you very soon, but they won't. So I guess we're done with this. How do we bye?
See you soon.
All right. See you guys later.